Welcome back. Now, Steve Komphela says he wants to make history at Maritzburg United. Komphela wants to become the first coach to lead the KZN side to a top 8 finish in the league. Our reporter Myron Naika sat down with him.
Welcome to a warm and humid Pietermaritzburg, where Maritzburg United have just concluded another training session. The team has done well this season, but Coach Steve Komphela obviously hoping that they can complete a top 8 finish for the first time in their history. Coach, you started off the season well and then went through a slump, but seemed to be reviving yourself in some way. Talk to us about the journey so far.
When we look at it, Maro, we're saying we started strong. We had a slump. Can we finish strong? And if you start strong and finish strong, the slump will be forgotten. So we're trying to build a bridge between the start and the end. And that can only happen if we do well, or when we do well in qualifying for the top 8. It's a great wish, and a beyond a wish is a commitment to ourselves to say, could we be the first generation in Maritzburg to qualify for the top 8? It is possible, write history. There's nothing wrong with that. Be the first one to qualify for the top 8. And it is well within our reach. We are already in the top 8 at 33. A win will push us to 36. There's 3 more matches to play for. So we're saying, gentlemen, we can't let go. And everybody else, even at training, as we finish training, you can see they're saying they don't want to let go of the top 8 spot. Instead, they want to push even further for 6 or even 5 or 7.
Steve, we've seen along the season certain individuals really put their hand up, the likes of Virgil Fries and Kurt Lenkies last weekend, and Kwanden Gunyama in the back. But how close is this team in terms of their tightness?
Very close, very close. In any team, when you move into a team or a club, the first phase, there's going to be a storm, because you're moving in, nobody knows what you're all about. You also needing to find players where is their comfort, discomfort, get a team that would represent the club. Now it becomes a storming phase. After that storm, it must be normal, the norming phase. And after the norming phase, you move into the performing phase. Now, all those 3 stages, the norming phase, the performing stage, that is obviously preceded by the storming phase, it forms, then there's that glue that everybody else goes through. So I think our team has gone through that the emotional glue now is such that they even call each other by nicknames. And in any environment, which is a guide and a hint to coaches, in any environment, any team that comes up with spontaneous nicknames, then you know that these people are together, and that's what you see. So I think to an extent they more together emotionally. There's lots of camaraderie. They've been together for so many matches. We can only expect better.
Maritzburg United obviously went through a period of 9 games without a win before they managed to get a victory against Chiefs. Coach, I remember you saying to me at the time that for you, it was almost the worst period you'd gone through as a coach in terms of a barren run.
Yeah.
So my question is, what have you learned so far this season?
Not only a lesson to me, but also others can learn from our experience. Stay calm. Stay true and faithful to the cause. In any environment, when you work hard and you work right, you have the confidence that something will give. And at the back of hard work, smart work, the confidence, you develop faith. And when you are faithful, you never abandon. So we stayed true to the cause. We believed that what we were doing, it was only a matter of time would get a result. But what kept us hoping so much was that, performance-wise, the team was performing. The only thing was that we were drawing matches and sometimes losing matches that we did not deserve to lose. I can count maybe 2 or 3 matches that would come to mind. Amazulu here at home. We drew through a penalty. We shouldn't have drawn that match. We should have won that match. There was only us against Mzimela, the goalkeeper. We hammered the boy to pieces. He could not even walk after the match. Tuks. We played Tuks here. We outplayed them. Actually, Hartog and them missing goals and all that, even last minute. We drew that match. We went to Tuks. We lost. They got a red card, I'm sure, first half. We played every possibility to win the match. We did everything right, but the ball could not go inside the net. Forget those ones. Moroka Swallows, 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes, I'm sure it was about less than 10, 8 minutes to go. Nomvete scores 2 goals. We never saw it coming. And when those happen, you ask yourself, but wait a minute, how are we losing these matches? You go to Chippa United, the match we drew. The ball goes outside. They play the ball on a counter-attack. They score the goal. And then we go on to draw the match. A match we're supposed to have won. There's all the matches. Even Sundowns. The 2-1 match, we gifted them a goal here. Build attack, they get a free ball, of 4 scores. But the last 20 minutes of that match, we're just on top of them. The match we lost against Kaizer Chiefs at FNB, in as much as we lost 1-0 through a goal from Parker, we played beautiful football. Then you go to Bloemfontein Celtics, you win the match 1-0 without having performed well. And then you say, you know what? I would rather have results like Bloemfontein Celtics. And do I want to let go of the performances against all the other teams? I wouldn't. So I would say if we had combined good performances with reasonable results, we wouldn't have called it 9-match slump. But again, confidence was there and the backing from administration, because sometimes in South Africa, it is not as easy. After a draw, a loss, most of us lose jobs. Maybe the team realized that no, but these guys, we work very hard and we remain true to the course. We explain, we tell them that this is what transpired. You submit report after every match. And clearly, maybe it made sense with them, and that's why we're here. And I strongly believe there's also possibilities we can even do better.
In saying that, when you, having looked at the platform in the back end of last season and now obviously the majority of this season, and should you achieve that top 8, is there enough to suggest that this team could really push up the table in the coming years?
It should. It gives you a wonderful opportunity to have a strong base, because already I had started thinking forward regarding that, projecting forward, in the sense that what would it take for us after qualifying for the MTN 8 to say stay stable and try find a way that at the beginning of the season you don't dismantle a lot, build on that, and just as the season starts, you are in the MTN 8. Play 2-3 matches and be in the final. It is possible. But more often than not, the MTN 8 becomes a challenge in the sense that you find that you are just forming the team. You're just forming a team, it has not come to gel, and you know the faces we just spoke about. It's like more you forming the team, the storming, the norming, and the performing. But it's part of it. So we're trying to cut one of those faces so that we can be within a performing phase and win the trophy. And it is one of those easiest shots you can take and go for a hit, because you play 8, after that it's semi-finals from the final. So you play 2 matches, you're in the final. So it's promising. There's a good reason to motivate and inspire to say it is winnable.
Coach Steve Komphela saying that he believes there's a lot more to come from this Maritzburg United team, but firstly, their big priority is to try and achieve a top 8 for the first time in their history. I'm Myron Naika for Ishibobo in Pietermaritzburg.